for the newcomers, I want to let them know that it might seem weird. We speak a different language in Alcoholics Anonymous. But if you just sit down, open your ears, and close your eyes, you might find something that makes you want to stay.
I've heard it through the grapevine.
Welcome. It's the AA Grapevine Half-Hour Variety Hour, featuring the collective voices of Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm Olis, an alcoholic in the state of California.
I'm Sam, an alcoholic in a state, and that state is California.
He's not blaming the whole state of California, folks.
Nope, just me.
Sam, what's the best experience that you've had in a meeting this month?
You know, I can't say what the best experience is I've had this month because I have all kinds of experiences in these meetings. So how about just yesterday?
Okay.
I went to a meeting online yesterday and was a speaker for it. And it was beginners.
Really?
I did, yes. Thanks to you giving my name and number out. Alice is my booking agent, by the way. But yeah, beginners meeting. There was a guy at this meeting. He was 3 days sober, and he was going through a really hard time. It was a special day, and he was home alone, and the drinking just was so hard on his mind. Alice, what's your best experience at a meeting this month?
So one of my best experiences this month, one of my best experiences in a long time in a meeting, I went to my home group, which is Love and Service in Pleasant Hill, Thursday nights and Sunday nights if you're in town. And they announced, which I've never seen them do before, if you live in Oakland, someone needs a ride. And I was like, my hand shot up. And it turns out it's a guy 5 days home from San Quentin prison with 8 years of recovery.
Oh, wow.
Sponsored by somebody I know.
Oh, wow. I love this.
It just was so incredible. And so I made a conscious decision to connect with him in a meaningful way, because in AA, we don't want to just invite you. We want you to know that you're welcome.
Yeah.
So I got his number. I invited him to the conference we were doing that weekend. I followed. He said no. And I was like, you're going to be sober anyhow. What else you doing? Come on. We connected and went back to the home group. The next week, we actually picked up another member who I adore. We all went out to dinner. We went to Thai food. He'd never had Thai food. Like, not only do things happen that are wonderful in a meeting, but you can extend yourself to someone in the meeting and then have a whole series of amazing interactions.
And that is the experience that is available to all of us, and you'll have it over and over and
again.
over.
That's right.
Wow.
Not just welcome to AA, but welcome home. And in fact, when people come to AA, we say to them often, welcome home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Alice, I think you know our guest today.
Today, we're going to be talking to my really good friend, Felicia from Concord, California. And after we get to know her, we're going to discuss a question in our segment, A Newcomer Asks. I love A Newcomer Asks.
Folks, we need some more questions. I wish someone would send us some newcomer questions. I mean, all they have to do is call 212-870-3418, right?
I love the Newcomer Asks because when you get to Alcoholics Anonymous, we honestly are like the land of the misfit toys. We're such an odd group. The new people get here and they should have a lot of questions.
But first, the news. The Trustees Literature Committee is seeking stories of personal recovery from all members in the AA structure of the United States and Canada with ethnic or cultural ties to Asia. Please encourage all who qualify to submit their stories. The success of the pamphlet depends on having a broad range of stories to choose from. Stories of recovery may include, but are not limited to, experience, strength, and hope,
steps, traditions, and concepts,
ethnic, cultural, sexual, and gender diversity,
sponsorship and service,
experience in AA meetings,
safety, racism, and belonging through AA principles,
sobriety and mental health,
cultural recognition,
diversity of socioeconomic status,
atheist or agnostic,
newcomer experiences,
finding AA,
experience in linguistic AA groups and or communities,
accessing AA despite cultural barriers.
Email submissions or questions to pamphletstories@aa.org. Submissions are due by March 31st, 2026. Hi, folks. We need your stories on the individual traditions. Pick one and write about your or your group's experience with it. How has a tradition played a part in your life? How has your understanding of a tradition changed? What is a personal experience where a tradition played a part? Visit aagrapevine.org for guidelines and to submit.
Felicia, alcoholic from Concord, California. Sobriety date is 11/1/09, and my home group is the Monday night hybrid meeting of Get Sober, Win Prizes.
Get Sober, Win Prizes.
Yes, sir.
I love that. Do you know the history of the group, how it got that name?
Yes, I'm one of the individuals that founded the group, and it was a little tongue-in-cheek on, how when you get sober, everybody thinks you're going to start to get some prizes, right?
Uh-huh.
And so we thought that that was a great little title, and we actually, on birthdays, we give out prizes. It's like a bookmark or a bracelet, like a little beaded bracelet that says faith, or, just nothing like a car, but you'll get a little prize and a chip.
I mean, why not a car? You get a car and you get a car.
And you get a car because I'm
right? Wouldn't that
giving out cars. In fact, they did a Grapevine writing workshop a couple months ago.
Yeah, we came back from the international and were inspired. And so our events coordinator for our home group decided, let's do a writing workshop. And we had about 25 people show up, which was like, I was like, if we get 5, that'd be great. And we had like 25, and we had a couple speakers that have already been published in the Grapevine. We tell our stories all the time in meetings. And so it's very similar to that. You're just putting pen to paper. It was a beautiful experience.
Felicia, what was going on with you when you came to AA?
Whew.
I think you just summed it up right there.
Yeah, it was a lot. I came in on the heels of some trouble, and I was in the throes of burning my life to the ground, as I always say. And it was pointed out to me that I might have a problem and I should seek some help. And I didn't know what that looked like. And I came in just wanting relief. I found that in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous. I did not expect that. It kind of took me by surprise. And I'm just grateful that I had the gift of desperation because I walked into the rooms, as a lot of newcomers do. We start pointing like, I'm not like him. He's not like me. What do they have to do with my problem? And nobody's going to relate to me. But I was told by some really amazing old timers, just shut up, sit down, open your ears. And I had that identification problem. I could identify.
Yeah.
And that was really, the rest, as we should say, is history, because I stayed and I kept coming back, and I was experiencing some very serious legal matters. And it took a very long time for those to conclude. And in that process, I got to get and stay sober.
Yeah.
And I caught the service bug.
Oh,
right?
The secret is service.
The secret is service. And I think I was like 30 days sober, and I went to an H&I conference, and I was like, what?
That's hospitals and institutions.
Yes, hospitals and institutions. Thank you. And I didn't understand, why are we talking about this? And why is everybody so excited about it?
We're oddly excited.
Yes, we get excited about the strangest things. And what I loved was the feeling that I felt amongst the people. Everybody was just so happy. And at that point in my life, I wasn't very happy. and it just spilled over, and
it's contagious.
It's so contagious.
Yeah.
What do I have to do to get that?
How do I get to laughter?
Yeah, and it politely explained to me the sponsor and work steps. That's the quick reference guide, and so I did that, and it just has worked out really well for me. It's recovery, just like life, has its ups and downs. But as long as I can apply the principles of the 12 steps, but all 36, traditions and concepts.
There's 36.
There's 36. For the new people, there are 12 principles for each of the 3 sides of the triangle.
And what are the 3 sides of the triangle?
Well, unity has the traditions, service has the concepts, and recovery has the steps.
Yeah.
Felicia, you said something early on that I want to go back to. You said that people, I don't know how you framed it, politely told you or pointed out. Who pointed it out? Was it the courts? Was it your family? Who pointed it out?
It was an attorney. I was on the heels of my second DUI, driving under the influence.
Okay.
And I'm sure he wasn't the first to point it out, but probably the first that I heard.
Yeah.
He said, you have a problem and you need some help.
The thing that is amazing about that is for non-alcoholic people, a DUI probably is the red flag, but not for us.
It'll be different next time.
Exactly.
There's so many people who are not in Alcoholics Anonymous that help us get to Alcoholics Anonymous. It was a therapist for me, and she didn't 12-step me, right? But she helped me get to a place where I could have someone talk to me about what recovery really is and how to get to it.
Yes.
What's your recovery life look like now?
Well, I do at least 3 meetings a week. That is the baseline. And I have individuals that I work with, some sponsees, and I have 2 service commitments. I would like more, but I got children, and so they kind of infringe on my personal time.
Twins, you have twins.
I have twin girls, yes. And so I have a service commitment at the local level, at my home group. I am the H&I Hospitals and Institutions representative. And then I have a service commitment at the district level, and that is the literature chair. So I am constantly talking about the pamphlets, and my home group happens to me, which I didn't mention before. It is a literature meeting where we focus on the pamphlets.
Oh, I love that.
Which are so good.
They're so good. They're so important. And they speak to every different kind of individual in the meeting.
They do. And one thing that's really cool about the pamphlets is every single one of them is available on aa.org. Yeah. So you don't have to go find the paper one.
If you're a woman, if you're gay, if you're Black, if you're disabled, if you're a veteran, if you're older, like it doesn't matter what particular box you check, there's a pamphlet. And in fact, we have an announcement today about the upcoming pamphlet for Asian alcoholics. And so I'm really excited that we continue to expand. We have an upcoming pamphlet for the trans community. We are inclusive, never exclusive.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I love about this program so much. And that's really why we chose that as a focus, because we want everybody to feel welcome. I know when I first came into the rooms, there wasn't a lot of people that looked like me.
Yeah.
I'm an African-American woman, and I walked into the room and it was quite a few Caucasian older gentlemen. And
demographically, that's who we are.
But like I said, I had the gift of desperation and I stayed. And then I, over time, was able to hear with my eyes closed the identifying things that I needed to hear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And often I tell sponsees, they go, I don't like that meeting. Okay. Do you go into that meeting with a preconceived notion, or do you go into that meeting with your eyes closed? Because if your eyes are closed, then you can hear what's actually being said, and you might want to stay.
Is there a point that you've been asked or some work has been suggested in AA that was just like, I don't know about that, or you found some resistance to it?
Mm. When I first did the steps the first time,
Mhm.
I had the resistance that step 4 and 5. And then later, when we get to 8 and 9,
4 and 5 made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves and shared it with another person. 8 and 9 make direct amends to persons we have harmed.
and
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't understand why is that going to help.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a little resistance, not
Yeah.
understanding that I just needed to do it. And then once I did it, I saw the beauty of it. I've been holding it in, and it was, we're sick as our secrets. And it was keeping me from getting to the other side. But I know that I have to take accountability, and I can't do that without that process. But then later in recovery, I find that if I have questions as to why I'm being asked to do something, what my sponsor so politely tells me is, then that means there's something going on inside of you that is keeping you
Yes.
from seeing.
Yeah, that's a pro tip right there. If I have questions about why I'm being asked to do something, it's a hint that there's something else going on with me.
Yeah. And then that's when we dig a little deeper.
Thank goodness I don't have to always want to do it. I have to just be willing to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Felicia, you are really active in Alcoholics Anonymous, and that's not true for all of the members of Alcoholics Anonymous. Some of us, come to the meeting, have the cookie, have the coffee, say hello, kind of get there just on time, leave just on time. But you're really active. Why? What has that done for your recovery?
After the steps, it is my favorite thing about recovery. I have always been this social being. So the fellowship is important to me. And truthfully, I'm having fun.
Right.
You're
I
having
know.
fun in
It's
Alcoholics
crazy.
Anonymous?
Having a
I
ball.
know. These relationships are crucial to my recovery, and they thrive, which makes me then thrive.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm thriving, I'm a better mom, I'm a better daughter, I'm a better employee, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
better friend, all the things. It's the ripple effect.
The things that
That
make life good.
absolutely. And, we go to concerts, we have picnics, we celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, and just all the things. I'm really big on let's celebrate life because it is not promised. And we almost weren't here
We
for
almost
any of
were
it.
here.
So let's celebrate it while we got it.
Our local recovery clubhouse has a movie group that they organize a big group
I
of
love
people to go
that.
to see a movie. Yeah.
And I remember not wanting to live. I remember contemplating ending it. I remember the misery, the abject horror of waking up yet again. And we go from that to like, ooh, we're all going out to dinner. Ooh, we're going to the movies. Ooh, we're life beyond our wildest dreams. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's not just the things that we get to do, it's the connections.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm actually connecting with people in a way that I used to not be able to, or if I did, it was because of alcohol.
Right.
And I often didn't remember the connection.
And more than that, the people that I'm connecting with from Alcoholics Anonymous probably really know me. And they're not being friendly with the image of me that I'm projecting.
Oh, yeah.
They know me and
Yes.
they're still happy to see me.
Yes. It's the deepness of the connections. And it's when I was drinking, it was surface, as you mentioned, Sam. It's all surface. Like, how can I get a drink from you? Are you buying me another?
Right.
And that's not a connection.
Yeah.
That's association.
Yeah.
And I want to connect on a deeper level. I want to be fulfilled from the inside out and the outside in. It's a two-way street. And I get that from these relationships. And then I get to show my children what that looks like.
Mm-hmm. We can never do enough to pay back what we've been given, what we get all the time. What's the most surprising thing about recovery? What's the thing that is most radically different than what you expected when you got here?
Wow. What a great question. especially in my active alcoholism, I had kind of pushed the God thing to the side. And when I got into the rooms and I started working the steps, I think what at that time was so radical to me was that I could actually have a deep relationship with a higher power. I wasn't expecting that, and it kind of gobsmacked me, if you will. I was like, oh, okay, I can go back to that. And not only go back to it, but make it better than what it was when I was in high school or college. I could make it better, and I could make it what I want it to be, not what someone's telling me it should be.
Yes.
And that really was radical thinking for me at that time. And I'm so appreciative of that because my spirituality is in everything I do. I carry it with me everywhere I go. It has to be in the center. That's not to say I forget, because I do, that it needs to be in the center. And then I'm right sized quickly because I have the tools and I know what to do to get right side, which is, prayer and meditation. Having a constant communication and conversation with my higher power. It's not just in the morning or at night, it's like throughout the day. And that is important. And that is leaps and bounds from where I was 16 years ago. I saw the word God in the steps and I was like, oh, I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to do that. And like you said, Olis, it was pointed out to me, you don't need to want to do it. You just need to be willing to do it. And I was.
Well, Felicia, I am so glad you were willing to join us on the podcast today. It's been fantastic sitting here chatting with you. I wish we can do it longer. But you know what? We can, because now it's time for a Newcomer Asks. We have a crucial question today that almost every member of AA has experience with.
How do I know if I'm really an alcoholic?
Ooh.
Is that a good one?
That is a good one.
It's the base of all of us when we come in. How do I know if I really belong here?
I knew I belonged when it was pointed out to me that once I start, I can't stop.
Yeah.
And once I start, I don't know where it's going to lead. And that happened so often that it was staring at me in the face, like to the point where I couldn't ignore it any further.
Yeah.
The consequences were outweighing everything else. It was no longer fun.
Yeah.
That's how I knew I was an alcoholic.
I couldn't predict if it was going to be a drink or two or a bottle or two. And the consequences, when I first came to AA, I was 18 or 19 years old because I knew I wasn't drinking right. Normal people didn't drink warm vodka shots from the bottle hidden under their bed. I didn't come back to AA until I was 32. And that was because I started having consequences from my drinking. My drinking had really gotten bad.
It's such a foundational question. How do I know if I'm an alcoholic? That AA spends a lot of literature space answering this question, right? We've got I think it's 20 questions pamphlet to help you figure that out. There are quizzes online. But in the book of Alcoholics Anonymous, there are a couple of what I think of as tests for the questions, right? There's the one that on page 44, it says, if you want to quit entirely, right, for good and for all forever, and you find that you cannot, or, right, because I didn't want to quit, when you drink, you can't control the amount, you're probably an alcoholic, right? But there's another one which always makes me laugh, which is the belly up to the bar test, right? It says, go to a bar and drink and stop abruptly. Do it more than once. We can't do that.
No.
I cannot stop abruptly. I change my mind.
Yeah.
I start drinking and I'm like, that was a stupid idea. I'm not doing that. Yeah.
Yep. I love that you said I changed my mind, because something that really was really impressed upon me was, as a sober man today, if I decide to take a drink, it's a sober mind taking that first drink.
Yes.
But as soon as I drink it, it is no longer a sober mind making the decisions.
Yeah. All bets are off. I could have a very lovely social evening with friends, or I can end up in Tijuana and not remember how I got there. Yeah. And that has happened. So,
But let me say this. This is probably the most important thing I've heard about this question, If you're asking the question, if you're an alcoholic, you are. Because no one who's not a drunk wonders if they're a drunk. Only drunks wonder if we're drunks.
Right.
Yeah. And one of the things that was really important for me in my early days of recovery, I mean, I still like it, was going to speaker meetings, because that was where I heard what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now.
Yeah.
And I was able to find that ability to identify, to relate to parts of these people's stories.
Yeah.
And what showed me was like, you're relating to a lot of these people's stories, Sam.
Yeah. And alcoholics are, and I say this, it's like going into a bar. The array of drink choices are like the array of alcoholics. Not all of us are light beer. Some of us are, 151 proof. And if you're that kind of drunk, it's clearer to you that you're an alcoholic. But if you're like a light beer drunk, it might be harder for you to see the truth. You might get your first step experience listening to speakers.
I love that analogy. I've never heard it.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Oh, Alice just did a little happy dance. It was very cute.
Hey, folks, we want to hear your newcomer question or questions someone has asked you. Just write us at podcast@aagrapevine.org.
Or give us a call at 212-870-3418. Operators are standing by.
I love that voice.
The perfect voice.
Oh, Felicia, thank you so much for joining us. I knew we were going to have fun today.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anthony. I am an alcoholic. I subscribe to the Grapevine because I know that it supports the 12-step work that we do throughout the world in English and in Spanish. I know all the good work that the Grapevine does. And if I don't listen to it every month, or if I have a copy that I read a little bit out of the stories there and then leave it at my home group, it's okay. But the app itself, $3 a month? Come on. I mean, that's something that everybody should have. Anybody that's sober, every sober person should have that app on their phone. And I love the daily little reflection that this pops up on my phone or tells me that I got 14,469 days, one day at a time. But who's counting? The app is.
Thank you to everyone who supports this podcast with a subscription to the Grapevine magazine, in print or in the Grapevine app. Your support makes this half-hour variety hour possible. Only $2.99 a month.
$3 a month? Come on.
I'm at the very wit's end.
You're about to enter another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of questionable choices and strong pours. A journey into a land where the jukebox never stops, the bar tab disappears mysteriously, and last call is merely a suggestion. You've just crossed over into whiskey business.
A penguin and a skunk walk into whiskey business. After several rounds, the skunk looks over and asks the penguin,
Is my suit on backwards?
It's really not that funny. Thanks for joining us. The AA Grapevine Half-Hour Variety Hour is posted every Monday and is produced by AA Grapevine, Inc. We don't speak for AA as a whole. We share the experience, strength, and hope of members to help others recover from alcoholism. All things Grapevine are available at aagrapevine.org, including our app and how to get in touch with us. Find us on Instagram and YouTube. If you want to know more about AA, visit aa.org or search online for Alcoholics Anonymous and your city.